It's Tuesday, 7:14 in the evening, and you are standing on a rooftop bar in Brooklyn with a glass of seltzer water in your hand, lime wedge floating in it, $14. 5 people watching you not drink it. You are 27 years old. Your name, in this story, is Tara Morgan, and you work in product strategy at a mid-sized tech company in Lower Manhattan, and you make $84,000 a year, and you have been completely sober for 5 years and 3 months. And right now, on this rooftop, you can feel the small social pressure rising off the table, the way heat rises off pavement after a long summer day. The woman across from you is named Mara. The man next to her is named Sebastian. There is a junior product manager named Ben, and a director named Olivia, and a 5th person whose name you actually never quite caught at the introduction. And all 4 of them are holding wine glasses, and all 4 of them have, in the last 7 minutes, glanced at your seltzer, then at your face, then back at their glasses. Not in cruelty, in confusion, in the small, involuntary recalibration that happens in the body of a person who has just registered, without language, that the room contains someone running on a different operating system. I am Wes Calder. I am sitting 2 tables away with a notebook open, pretending to read a menu, and I am watching this exact moment unfold. Because this exact moment is the entire show. Not the dramatic moments, not the rehab arc, not the rock bottom. This, the seltzer, the lime, the 4-second pause before someone changes the subject. This is where the real story lives, and almost nobody films it. Tonight we are going to follow 2 people across 18 years. One of them is Tara Morgan, who is right now lifting that glass of seltzer to her lips on a rooftop in Williamsburg. The other is named Jordan Reeves. Jordan is 27 years old as well. Jordan went to the same college as Tara. Jordan works at a competitor company in the same building, 3 floors up. Jordan makes $86,000 a year. Jordan, right now, on a different rooftop bar in the same neighborhood, is holding the 3rd glass of a Cabernet that retails for $62 a bottle. And Jordan is laughing, and Jordan is being recognized, and Jordan is, by every visible metric, winning. We are going to walk through their lives one level at a time. Age 22, age 25, age 28, age 30, age 32, age 35, age 40. 2 paths, side by side, like train tracks. And we are going to count what each track costs and what each track returns, in dollars, and in mornings, and in the small, almost invisible currency that nobody in their 20s knows how to measure yet. You don't know any of this yet. Not yet. The mantra of this episode, if you want to write it down, is this: clarity is the most expensive thing in a cheap room. Hold that. We come back to it. Let's go to the start. It is May. The year is, let's say, 18 years before the rooftop seltzer. Tara is 22 and Jordan is 22, and they are at the same graduation party in a rented backyard in a town outside Boston. And there is a Bluetooth speaker buzzing through cheap bass, and there are red plastic cups stacked into towers on a folding table. And there is a handle of vodka being poured by a friend named Dimitri. And there are 68 people in the yard, and the air smells like grilled meat and nervous sweat and the cheap perfume of someone's sister. Tara is wearing a thrifted black dress and white sneakers. Jordan is wearing a button-down with the sleeves rolled up. They have known each other since freshman orientation. They are not dating. They are something more interesting than dating. They are the kind of friends who, 4 years from now, will text each other apartment listings, and 6 years from now, will stop texting entirely without ever deciding to. And that is a thing the algorithm of this story will explain in due time. Right now, in this backyard, Dimitri hands Tara a red cup. The cup contains 1.5 inches of warm vodka, a splash of cranberry, and 3 half-melted ice cubes. It costs Dimitri's parents about 40 cents. It will cost Tara, if she drinks it tonight and the next night and the night after that, for the next 18 years, at the average rate of an American social drinker, somewhere between $48,000 and $72,000 in direct purchases alone, according to consumer expenditure data released by the Bureau of Labor Statistics in 2023. That number does not include hangover Ubers, hangover food, missed gym memberships, or the medical cost of liver enzyme elevation in middle age. It is a floor, not a ceiling. She doesn't know that. She doesn't know any of this yet. What she knows is that her stomach feels weird and her body feels tired, and the music is too loud, and the boy she had a crush on for 3 semesters just walked into the yard with someone else. And she knows that everyone here, every single person, is drinking, and she knows that not drinking right now will cost her something social that she cannot quite name. And she knows that drinking right now will cost her something internal that she cannot quite name either. And she is 22, and she is going to choose. She walks over to the rosemary plant on the deck. She tips the cup. The vodka and the cranberry and the half-melted ice cubes spill into the dirt. The rosemary plant, which has been on this deck for 2 summers, will be dead within a week. But Tara will not learn that for another 9 years, when Dimitri tells her at a wedding. She fills the cup with water from the kitchen sink. She walks back into the yard. She holds the cup. She does not drink. Nobody notices. This is level 1, the start. 3 feet away, on a sagging beach chair, Jordan Reeves is on the 3rd tequila shot of the night. And Jordan is 22. And Jordan is brilliant. And Jordan is funny. And Jordan has just been told by a girl named Amelia that he looks like a young version of someone Amelia's older sister used to date. And Jordan has, in his head, decided that this is a compliment. And Jordan is leaning into it. And Jordan is buying the next round. And the next round costs $47 on Dimitri's bar tab, which Jordan, in a gesture of generosity, will Venmo before the night ends. And Jordan will not remember sending that Venmo. And Jordan will, at age 23, find a series of $47 charges in his banking app and feel a low, blurry, ambient confusion about where his paychecks are going. This is also level 1, the same start, a different choice, a different rosemary plant. You don't know any of this yet. Neither does Tara. Neither does Jordan. Wes Calder is sitting in the corner of the yard on a folding chair with a beer he won't drink, watching both of them, taking notes, because 18 years from now, somebody is going to want to know how the gap got so wide. Move forward 3 years. Tara is 25. She is on her 2nd job. She has just been promoted to senior associate in product strategy. She has, in 3 years of refusing free office wine, attended 41 company happy hours, declined alcohol at every single one, and developed a small, calm, non-explanatory phrase that she uses when offered a drink. The phrase is, "I'm good with water tonight, thanks." 5 words. No story, no defense, no origin story. The first 6 months of saying that phrase, she felt like she was apologizing. By month 9, she stopped feeling anything. By month 15, she stopped noticing she was saying it. Tonight is the company offsite. 2 days at a resort in the Catskills. Mandatory team building. Open bar. 3 colleagues, a senior named Wade, a peer named Holly, and the VP of product, a woman named Constance Bell, are at the bar with her. Wade orders an old-fashioned. Holly orders a glass of Sauvignon Blanc. Constance orders a vodka soda with 2 limes. Tara orders a club soda with bitters, which makes the drink look exactly like a vodka soda from across the room, a trick she learned from a sober friend named Margot at age 23. Wade lifts his glass for a toast. Constance lifts hers. Holly lifts hers. Tara lifts hers. They clink. Constance pauses. Constance looks at Tara's drink. Constance says, quote 1. Tara says, quote 2. Constance says, quote 3. There is a 3-second pause in the conversation. 3 seconds is not a long time on a clock. 3 seconds is an extraordinarily long time at a bar. In those 3 seconds, Wade's eyes flick to Holly's eyes. Holly's eyes flick back to Wade's. Constance, who is 48 years old and has navigated 26 years of corporate dinners during which her own drink has been quietly judged, recognizes the moment, and Constance is the one who breaks it. Constance says, quote, 4. The conversation moves on. Wade orders another old-fashioned. The night unfolds. Tara remembers every conversation she has at that bar that night with crystalline accuracy. The next morning, at the 7:30 breakfast meeting, when Constance asks who took notes on the Q3 roadmap discussion, Tara is the only person in the room with a clean memory of it. She pulls up her phone. She has 14 bullet points. Constance reads them. Constance nods. Constance says 3 words, very quietly. Quote, 5. 3 months later, Tara is promoted again. Senior associate to associate manager. A $9,400 raise. Constance writes the recommendation personally. The recommendation contains the phrase quote _6 __. You don't know any of this yet. Tara doesn't either. Tara thinks she got lucky. Tara thinks Constance just liked her. Tara does not yet have the language to understand that what Constance liked was the operating system, the clarity, the receipt. The fact that on a Tuesday morning at 7:30, after a Monday night open bar, Tara's brain was the only one in the conference room running at 100%. 3 floors up, in the same building, at the same hour, on the same Tuesday morning, Jordan Reeves is at his desk with a venti cold brew and 4 ibuprofen and a Slack message from his director that says, quote, let's regroup on the deck before the 11 a.m. Jordan opens the deck. Jordan stares at slide 7. Jordan cannot remember what he was supposed to add to slide 7. Jordan was at the same kind of offsite. Jordan had 4 glasses of wine and a tequila shot. Jordan was, in his own words from last night, on fire. Jordan was charming. Jordan was funny. Jordan made the VP of his division laugh twice. Jordan also, at 11:47 p.m., agreed in front of 3 witnesses to own a work stream that he has, this morning, no memory of agreeing to own. Jordan will deliver the work stream. Jordan is competent. Jordan will in fact get a raise this year too, $6,200, smaller than Tara's, and Jordan will not connect the dots between the size of his raise and the size of his hangovers, because nobody at any company on earth puts that line item on the performance review. This is level 2, the illusion. The level where the social currency of drinking looks, from the outside, like it is paying, where Jordan looks like the winner, where Tara looks like the strange one, where the cost is being paid in a currency that nobody has invented a name for yet. Listen to me. This is the part of the story almost nobody tells. This is the part the wellness industry skips. This is the part the moralizers skip too, because the moralizers want you to feel ashamed, and shame is the wrong emotion for what is actually happening here. What is actually happening here is arithmetic. Slow, patient, compound arithmetic. The kind that doesn't show up for years and then shows up all at once. Move forward 3 more years. Tara is 28. She lives alone in a 1-bedroom in Greenpoint. Rent is $2,700 a month. She pays it without sweating. She has, in her high-yield savings account at Marcus, $11,400. This is not a fortune. This is, by the standards of a 28-year-old in New York City making $93,000 a year, an extraordinary amount of money. The median 28-year-old in her income bracket, according to the Federal Reserve's 2022 Survey of Consumer Finances, has a savings cushion of roughly $2,000. Tara has 5.5 times that. Where did the money come from? Nowhere. Nowhere visible. She did not invest in crypto. She did not flip an apartment. She did not get a windfall. She just, every month for 6 years, did not spend the average $405 that the Bureau of Labor Statistics says her demographic spends on alcohol, bars, and the food and ride shares that orbit alcohol like small moons. $405 times 72 months, $29,160. Subtract the modest amount she did spend on club soda and seltzer and the occasional kombucha. Subtract taxes. Subtract a brief lapse at age 24 when she briefly tried wine again for 2 months and hated every minute of it. The remainder, accumulated quietly into an index fund and a high-yield account, is the $11,400 in her savings, plus an additional $18,000 in a Vanguard Total Market Index, which she opened at age 23 because Margot told her to. Tara doesn't think about this often. When she does think about it, what she thinks is, I just remember things. I just have my mornings. I just feel like myself. She does not yet have the framework to understand that feeling like yourself in your 20s, in this culture, in this city, on a Tuesday morning, is a luxury good. It is sold for a premium. It is the most expensive thing in the cheapest room in town. 3 floors up, Jordan Reeves is 28, makes $95,000 a year, lives in a slightly nicer 1-bedroom in Williamsburg with a doorman, pays $3,100 a month in rent, and has, in his Chase checking account, $840. In his savings, $4,200. He has no investment account. He has on his American Express a balance of $2,700 at 26.7% APR, accumulated mostly through Friday and Saturday nights that he does not, in detail, remember. Jordan is not a problem drinker by any clinical definition. The CDC's published threshold for ____9___ in men is 15 drinks per week. Jordan averages 11. He is, by every actuarial metric, a normal, social, employed, high-functioning American man. He is also, by his own honest admission to himself in moments alone in his kitchen, tired in a way he cannot name. He skips the gym, on average, 3 Sundays a month. He has, this year, missed 47 scheduled workouts. He has, this year, gained 11 pounds. His annual physical, 3 weeks ago, came back with 1 flagged value, an ALT liver enzyme reading of 52 units per liter. The reference range goes up to 40. His doctor, a friendly man named Dr. Rivera, said it was probably nothing, said to maybe cut back, said to come back in a year. Jordan has not cut back. Jordan has not booked the follow-up. This is level 3, the crack, the level at which the 2 paths begin to bleed in opposite directions, but only one of the bleedings is visible. And it is not the one you think. Now stop. Look at me. I want you to do something. I want you to take whatever you spent on alcohol last month, and I want you to multiply that number by 12, and I want you to multiply that by 10 years. That is the floor. That is the bottom of the number. Do not include the Ubers. Do not include the brunch. Do not include the gym you didn't go to. Just the alcohol itself. Now hold that number in your head while we cross the threshold, because we are about to cross the threshold. The Mathematics, NIH 2022. The National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism publishes, every year, a quiet document called Alcohol Facts and Statistics. Almost nobody reads it. The data is boring on the surface and devastating underneath. Page after page of numbers about drinks per week and disability-adjusted life years and excess mortality risk, and somewhere in the middle of that document, there is a line that, if you read it slowly, will reorganize your entire understanding of what social drinking is and what it costs. The line is this. The average moderate American drinker over a 30-year span from age 25 to 55 will spend somewhere between $48,000 and $96,000 in direct alcohol purchases, will lose an estimated 2,190 mornings to suboptimal cognitive function the day after drinking, and will face a measurable, dose-dependent increase in risk for liver disease, cardiovascular events, and 7 specific cancers, including breast and colorectal. That is the moderate drinker, not the alcoholic, the moderate one, the one at every wedding, the one at every off-site, the one in your group chat, the one in your mirror, possibly. 2,190 mornings. Read that number again. That is 6 full years of mornings. That is 6 years of your one and only conscious life traded, not for joy, not for connection, not for the wedding toast you will remember in detail, but for the dull, blurry 11 a.m. of a Saturday spent on your couch staring at a phone, waiting for the headache to pass. Level 4. The Revelation. Age 30. Tara is 30. She has, on her 30th birthday, a quiet dinner with 3 friends at a wine bar in Cobble Hill. She orders a kombucha. The friends order wine. Nobody comments. Nobody flinches. The flinching stopped years ago. Tara has, by this point, become, without ever announcing it, without ever posting about it, without ever making it a personality, the friend whose sobriety has become so unremarkable that new people who meet her sometimes do not realize, for months, that she does not drink. Tara has, on her 30th birthday, in her combined accounts, $61,000. She has, sleeping in her bed every night by 10:30, an Oura Ring sleep score that averages 88. She has, in her body, no flagged liver enzymes, no hangover-related skipped workouts, no credit card debt, and a resting heart rate of 52. 3 floors up, in spirit if not in geography, Jordan Reeves is 30. Jordan has, in his combined accounts, $9,800. Jordan has, on his American Express, a balance of $6,400. Jordan has an Oura sleep score that averages 62. Jordan's ALT enzyme reading is now 68. Jordan's resting heart rate is 71. Jordan is not sick. Jordan is not in trouble. Jordan is, by every visible standard, fine. He is just slowly, steadily, quietly paying the tax. The tax that nobody itemizes on a receipt. The tax that compounds, in the dark, every Tuesday morning, while you are sitting in a meeting trying to remember what you said on Monday night. $48,000 over a decade, plus 2,190 mornings. Plus the slow geological pressure on the liver, the heart, the sleep architecture, the dopamine baseline, the prefrontal cortex's ability to register pleasure from a walk in the park or a cup of black coffee on a cold morning. Something breaks in Jordan around age 30, not loudly, not in a way anybody would call a crisis. He just notices, one Sunday afternoon, that he cannot remember the last Saturday morning he was excited to be awake. He notices that his weeks are now organized around the recovery from his weekends. He notices that his apartment, which he loves, has become a place he mostly sees through the gauze of a low-grade hangover. Something settles in Tara at the same age, not loudly either. She just realizes, on a Sunday morning in October, walking back from the bodega with a coffee, that she has been, for some time now, calmly happy. Not euphoric, not transformed, just present. Reliably, boringly, unremarkably present in her own life. Wes Calder is sitting on a bench across the street with the notebook open, watching her cross the street with the coffee, and the notebook says, in handwriting, __, quote _11, ___, level 5. The waiting. Age 32. It is 1:47 in the morning. Jordan is standing in his kitchen in a t-shirt and boxers. The refrigerator is humming. There is half a glass of red wine on the counter, left over from a dinner 4 hours ago. He picks it up. He puts it down. He picks it up. He puts it down. He is not, in any clinical sense, an alcoholic. He could pour the wine into the sink right now and nothing in his body would protest. He just doesn't know if he wants it. He just doesn't know if he wants anything anymore. The wine is the test he gives himself every few weeks to find out whether he still has appetites or whether the appetites have been replaced by something duller. Tonight the answer is unclear. Tonight he stands in the kitchen at 1:47 a.m. for 9 full minutes, looking at the glass, and the kitchen light is yellow and tired, and so is he. 2 miles away in Greenpoint, in the same hour, Tara is asleep. Her phone is in another room. Her sleep score, when she checks it tomorrow, will be 91. She does not know that Jordan is awake. She has not seen Jordan in 3 years. They drifted, the way friendships drift, with no announcement. Wes Calder is sitting between them, in spirit, in a follicle, to be liked by rooms that, in the end, did not actually like him. They tolerated him. They were entertained by him. They were not on his side. 2 miles away in Greenpoint, on the same Tuesday night, Tara is on the phone with her younger sister Priya. Priya is 22. Priya just graduated. Priya is at her own version of the rosemary plant moment. Priya is asking, quietly, in the voice of a person who already knows the answer but needs to hear it from someone older, quote, 12. Tara does not give a speech. Tara does not quote a book. Tara says, quote, 13. Priya is quiet on the other end of the phone for a long time. Then Priya says, quote, 14. Wes Calder writes in the notebook, quote, 15. Level 7, the truth. Age 40. Tara is 40. She is married. She has a kid. She runs a small consultancy. She has, in her combined accounts and retirement, somewhere north of $410,000, which is not a number that defines her, but is also not a number she would have if she had spent the last 18 years on the other path. She still does not drink. She still says, quote, 16. She still, every once in a while, watches a stranger flinch at the answer. And she still, every once in a while, feels that old, small social pressure rise off the table. And she still, every single time, lifts the seltzer with the lime to her lips. And she still, every single time, feels nothing about it. Jordan is 40. Jordan is also fine. Jordan has been sober for 5 years. Jordan's ALT enzyme is back in range. Jordan's sleep score is in the low 80s. Jordan has, in his combined accounts, around $94,000, which is a respectable number, and which is also a number that would be substantially larger if the action had come at 22 instead of 35. Jordan does not regret it. Jordan does not beat himself up. Jordan just, sometimes, on a Tuesday evening, walks past a rooftop bar in Williamsburg and looks up at the people on the deck holding their glasses and feels a complicated, quiet thing. Not superiority, not pity, not nostalgia, just a kind of recognition. The recognition of a man who has been on both sides of the door. 2 paths, same start, same salary, same city, same zip code, almost the same building. The one who chose sooner walked further. Not because she was stronger, not because she was better, because the math is the math, and the math compounds. And the math does not care about your story. Clarity is the most expensive thing in a cheap room. You. Yes, you. The one watching this on a Tuesday night with a glass of something in your hand, or with no glass at all, or with a half-finished bottle on the counter that you have been thinking about for 14 months. Run the number. Take what you spent last month. Multiply by 12. Multiply by 10. Add the mornings. Add the meetings. Add the version of yourself who keeps not showing up because the previous version of yourself stayed up too late on Sunday. You don't have to pour anything out tonight. You don't have to announce anything. You don't have to post. You don't have to join a thing. You just have to, the next time someone hands you a red plastic cup at a graduation party, in a backyard in a town outside Boston, or the equivalent in your own life, look at the rosemary plant on the deck and decide, quietly, which side of the ledger you want to live on for the next 18 years. It is Tuesday, 7:14 in the evening, Brooklyn rooftop bar, glass of seltzer with lime, $14, 5 people watching you not drink it. It is Tuesday. Still. In the next episode, we follow Priya, Tara's sister, through a different experiment. Priya gives up her phone for 1 year. Not her social media, her phone, the whole device. Wes Calder sits with her at month 1, month 6, and month 12, and the math, again, is brutal. And the math, again, is beautiful. And the math, again, will rearrange what you think you know about where your life is actually going. If you want to see what 1 year without a phone does to a 23-year-old in Brooklyn, hit subscribe. We pick it up there.